Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So I am going to continue on one of these squares that I'm making for the charity donation blankets I am currently doing. These will be donated to the military unit that Christina over at Bella Uncinetto works at. A friend of hers is preparing hampers for any new arrivals by expecting mothers on the military base. And one of the items that they want to include in the hampers are baby blankets. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to crochet this and chat with you guys because it does involve a little bit of counting, and Manfa cannot count and chat at the same time. So if I pause, it's because I'm counting, I'm not being rude, and I may forget what I was talking about when that happens. So this may be a car crash, but it's okay. We can just chill and hang together, right? Now, because my segments where I'm able to sit and chat with you are mostly over with, I thought I would do a crochet and chat today. So feel free to pause the video, go grab your project and a drink and whatever else you need to settle in, and let's just sit together a while and chat, because I do really like being able to catch you up on what is going on in Manfa's world outside of the channel. Sorry, see, there was a bit of counting there as well. I don't envisage that I will get a whole square done with you today, but that's okay. I'm just going to pull the camera down a smidgy bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I will, of course, leave the link to the tutorial for this square in my description box. And because I have mentioned Christina, I will link her channel in the description box as well. I am hoping to do enough of these squares to make 2 baby blankets out of. And I will be sending in batches of 2, purely because I don't want Christina to get boxes absolutely rammed with way too many blankets at once. I want to keep the weight down because over here in the UK, the shipping cost depends on the weight and the size of the package. So I've decided that every time I get 2 completed, that is when I will send them over. And shipping to Christina in Sicily isn't as expensive as shipping to other countries that I've donated to in the past, because of course she is in Europe and the UK is pretty close to Europe. So that is the theory. Whether it works out that way, who knows, but I can always adjust and adapt. But yes, first of all, I would like to say a big, massive hello and welcome to any newbies that have come across. I did get a shout out from the beautiful Jen at Cinnamon Stitches. Thank you so much, Jen, for sending some of your folks. I really do appreciate it. Now, it wasn't just a general chat about me that Jen did, or a a generic shout out. What she actually did, the cheeky monkey, is she set me a challenge. And I am racking my brains how to complete the challenge that she set out. Basically, she did a video last week where she had been deep diving in her stash to find yarns that have been languishing for quite some time. I think she said roughly about 2 years, that she may have even forgotten she had, and she wanted to give them their time to shine. Now, I have quite a substantial stash. That's not me bragging or showing off. It's just me stating facts. I have been so super incredibly lucky to have been gifted the majority of my stash by lots of wonderful, wonderful people on these YouTube streets. I have purchased a bit of it as well, so I am guilty of, the excess yarn buying, but it's my money. It hasn't put us in any financial difficulty. I've only bought when I can. Sometimes the little paycheck that I get from YouTube enables me to buy yarn to showcase on the channel from time to time. But yeah, the majority is gifted from Happy Mail, and I I just cannot even begin to put into words how amazing and truly generous that is. I thank my lucky stars for having such a diverse collection of yarns for me to be able to pull from and work from. But yes, Jen is right. There are probably yarns in my collection that have been languishing for quite some time, and she challenged me to go rooting around and find one of those types of yarns and actually use it, actually play with it, actually turn it into something. So I will be at some point very, very soon be doing that, locating a yarn that I want to use and getting it made into something pretty and yummy and wonderful. And of course I will showcase it, and of course I will be laying all the blame at Jen's door because she was the one that set out the challenge. But I thought it was, you know, a fun and manageable challenge, and something that, you know, made me go, right, I see your challenge, I'm not backing down, I'm gonna do it. So I don't know how soon I'm gonna get it done, but it is definitely on my radar. So Jen, if you are watching, thank you so much for giving me that challenge, mentioning my name on your channel, and for some of your lovely peeps coming over and joining my channel too. That is absolutely fantastic. Really do appreciate it. And I'm so pleased that Jen likes me as much as I like her. So yes, any newbies from Jen, hey, how are you? I hope you like it here. I hope you stay around a while. I'm just, you know, one of those peeps from the UK that likes all the crochet and yarny and fiber stuff. Most of my audience is from the US. So yeah, the more the merrier. And if you know other people that might like to come over, feel free to tell them all about me should you wish. It's always nice to get a little bit of a boost in numbers. Um, Numbers used to be super important to me back in the day, but now I'm just like, you know what, it will grow at the rate it's going to grow, and I'm not going to stress about it or hyper focus on it. I would much rather have all the folks in my channel be, you know, the ones that I regularly chat with, the ones that come back time after time, and the ones that I can forge friendships with. So yeah, I am quite happy with my channel growing slowly, organically, and authentically. But it does help when bigger channels say your name. So I'm never going to say no to that. So thank you very much, Jen. I really do appreciate it. And I'm super excited to go deep diving in my stash. I cannot even tell you how much. So yeah, stay tuned for that. What else can I chat about? So let's get into the week that we've just gone through. So just for context, guys, I am filming this on Saturday, the 8th of February. You won't be seeing this until the 11th, I don't think. So I am in the past, you are in the future. Love how this time travel works. And generally for the newbies that are here, I do batch record, batch film all of my videos for the upcoming week on the Saturday. That is normally how I do it. So yes, I will be doing all of this week's content. I am currently keeping a schedule of Monday to Thursday. Occasionally you'll get extra bonus videos. Occasionally you'll get extra bonus shorts. But I do those as and when I can, or as and when something crops up for me to facilitate doing it, because I do work full time. I am a busy mum of 4. Yeah, life is pretty full on in Manfa's world. Busy. I do have to work outside of the home. My crochet channel was never ever going to be a business or a living for me, and I'm okay with that. I don't want that sort of pressure. Kudos to all of those that do, and Jen, you're absolutely smashing it, just saying. But yeah, it's that's not a viable option for me. Um, but that's okay. I see my channel as a hobby that I absolutely love, that I have a lot of fun with, and it's my happy place in the universe, because I surround myself on my channel with like-minded people that love and are interested in the same things as me, which isn't always the case in my real life. There's not a lot of 3D friends that I see regularly that kind of get the whole yarn addiction or the crochet um hobby, but that's okay. I've got all of you guys. I've created a friendship community for that, and it is absolutely one of the best things that I have ever done. So it's pretty cool, to say the least. So when I caught you up last week, I explained that I had a bit of a rough week, that I had finished the week feeling like I wasn't cutting the mustard. It was really overwhelming. That I was falling short, and that I was going to do some work from home on the Sunday to try and catch up a bit and get closer to the targets and things that I had been set. And I did do that, guys. Don't shout at me. I'm not going to make a habit of working from home unpaid. I will do it occasionally when I really feel I need to, but for the most part, I'm only going to be working from home when I'm being paid to do so, because that is an option in my job from time to time. So I did do a few hours work last Sunday, and I did manage to catch myself up, and I have been able to build upon that all of the last week, which has meant that I have reached a bigger percentage of the targets that I've been given. I've managed to get rid of quite a bit of backlog that I inherited from the person that did it before. And I've just felt like I was on a more even footing starting last week. So it was well worth me doing, and it quietened my brain a little bit. I had so much buzzing around my brain that by doing a bit of work unpaid from home, it helped me to get rid of all those annoying buzzing things telling me you need to do this and you haven't done that, and don't forget this, and all those sorts of things. So I did do that, but it was very beneficial, and it was definitely the right choice to make. I have been given a little bit more of an equal amount of time for both roles this week, which has helped, because if you don't know, for any newbies that are here, I did start a new job back in November of 2024. I work in an alternative provision for school. It is not mainstream. It is a specialised school that children with anxiety, mental health, ADHD, autism, and a few other bits and pieces. It is an alternative school for them. We are nothing like the mainstream schools that the majority of children go to. It is bespoke and tailored to the children that we have. And when I started in November, it was in the position of the school secretary, the school receptionist, however you want to say it, which was fine, but I have much more complex admin experience, shall we say. So it wasn't giving me the job satisfaction that I needed. So when my new position, which I'll tell you about in a minute, came up, I did put in an expression of interest. I did have an interview, and I was told that I was successful at gaining that position just before Christmas. I only officially took over that role and started that role on the 22nd of January this year. So I am still super duper new, still super green at it. Learning all the time. I have had to travel for training. This week that you're watching this on Thursday, I've got to go for a 5 hour long meeting at the place that I went to for my training. So that's like 2.5 hours away by car. But you know, I am prepared to do what I need to do in order to be the best in this role that I can be. So my new role is working closely with the head teacher in the admissions of new students. So when people apply to come to our school, it's my job to go through all of their paperwork, the suggestions for what these students need, whether we can provide it for them, whether they are suitable to join us, um, you know, looking through some of their medical diagnoses and things, and then speaking with the head and giving the head teacher all of the information that he needs to either say, yes, we would like to offer a place to this child, or no, sadly, we cannot meet need. So it's quite an important role in a school, because without students, you have no school to run. But similarly, you need to have the right cohort of students in order for the school to be the success that it is, and you know, support the students in the correct way. So yes, that's just a little general synopsis of what I do. There are other responsibilities within that. There are other bits and pieces that I do alongside that. And obviously, if a student is offered a place into our school, I also help with the transition in process as well. Yeah, there's a lot to it, but I don't want to talk too much about it, because um, I'm not really allowed to share a lot about it online. So I think I've given you more than I probably should, but haven't said anything I shouldn't either. So yeah, that's the new role. Now, the tricky bit comes in because they obviously need to replace me as the school receptionist or the school secretary. Now, the first round of interviews that happened, we did offer the position to the successful candidate, but then they declined and decided to stay in the role that they were currently in elsewhere. So we had to advertise again. A little bit of time went past. We did that second round of interviews. There were only 2 candidates and neither one of them were successful. So we are having to do yet more interviews, and those will be happening the week that you're watching this. And I think we have 6 or 7 candidates this time. So hopefully, in and amongst those 6 or 7 people, there will be one that is the perfect fit, that will take the job if it is offered to them, and will, you know, get in post soon. Because as soon as they are in and I have trained them in what they need to do as the school receptionist and secretary, I can go into the admin office and just concentrate on my other role, which would be lovely, because trying to do 2 roles as one person is a lot of pressure, is very overwhelming, and quite a lot of the time there isn't enough of me to go around. So I think a lot of the pressure and stress that I am feeling will be relieved when I am only doing the one role. So the sooner that can happen, the better. So keep everything crossed this week, guys, that there is actually somebody who is suitable and successful. I mean, it still may take a month or 2 before they are in post and, you know, settled in, and I am solely doing my new role, but we need to get that time period started, please. Yeah, so basically the general synopsis of the week that has just gone is I am absolutely exhausted. I am so tired. It's not even funny. Like, I am tired to my soul. And then my tired is tired to its soul. Like, I am exhausted. And I don't even know how to describe it to you. There's been, by the time Friday came around, I don't know how I was functioning or even stood upright, being able to talk and walk and do the basic things, because I was that exhausted. So I was so happy for the weekend to come around. I did manage to get a bit more sleep on the Friday night. So, hopefully if I get, a couple more nights of decent sleep, hopefully I'll start feeling more human again. But oh my goodness gracious, it is tiredness on a whole new level. But like I said, things are shifting a little bit. I am splitting being on the receptionist desk and being in the back office with my line manager. So I do half the day, in one position and half the day in the other position. It doesn't happen every day because my line manager obviously has lots of meetings and things like I don't, or that I don't, sorry. And more responsibilities because he is the business manager of the school. But when he can facilitate a split day, he does. And to be fair, most of the days that has been facilitated. So it eased the stress and the pressure a little bit by being able to do that. Um, you know, by doing those hours at home last Sunday, I have managed to really utilize my office time to build upon that. And I have made quite a big dent in the backlog. I am mostly up to date with the new current stuff coming in. At the end of Friday, the head teacher did catch me before I left and said that my hard work and efforts have really shown, that in a very short space of time I have managed to get rid of a lot of the older stuff, and we've managed to complete a lot of the applications to its final stage. So we are in a much healthier, better position than we were in like just a week or a week and a bit time frame ago. So I was, really happy and pleased to hear that. And I felt much better about myself by the end of this week because um, I've worked my booty off and it's been noticed and it's been appreciated and I have been thanked for it. And I don't feel like I'm falling short of the mark anymore. I don't feel like I'm, falling at the first hurdle anymore. I feel like I'm actually making some headway, making some good progress, and heading in the right direction, even while still doing my original role as well. So yeah, much more positive outcome to the week with work. So that is awesome. It's been a bit of a tricky week in my role as mum this week. There's been a few things that have cropped up with the kiddos that have needed a lot of time and headspace, and um, yeah, and obviously my role as mum and my kiddos are first and top priority. So there hasn't been an awful lot of crocheting this week, but that's okay. Family first always, real life first always. And hopefully we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we are nearing the end of those things, and it all being dealt with, and we can move on from it. So yeah, sorry to be so cryptic, but I do have to keep certain things private, which I'm sure you can understand. So yeah, it's been a heavy mum week, it's been a heavy work week, but overall it's been a mostly positive week, so I am super thankful for that. Like I said, I do have to go 2.5 hours away for a 5 hour long meeting this Thursday. Basically, it's to do with the platform that we use for recording all of our information, and they want to get us all together and get our feedback on what works, what doesn't work, what could be added to make our role more streamlined and easier, like more accessible and user friendly. They want to put across a couple of ideas and see if we think it's something that is needed, that sort of thing. So it is quite important because it is to do with the platform that I'm recording all of my information. So I need to be there for 10 in the morning and it finishes at 3 in the afternoon. So it will be a long day, but needs must. So yeah, that will be happening on Thursday. Other than that, it's a normal working week with quite a few days of interviews sprinkled in. And whenever we have people come in for interviews, they are absolutely chaotic, crazy busy days. So I think by the end of this week when you're watching, I'm going to be super tired again, but who knows until we get there, right? So another bit of news, I did put it on my community tab, so go and check out my community tab. I have noticed though that YouTube have changed it from community to posts. So if you've thought to yourself, where's everyone's community tab gone? It's now the posts tab, guys. So I don't know why they did that. I liked the fact that it was the community tab, but it's now posts. But I did put it on there, and that is finally, after a month of paying for it and not being able to use it, I have finally got my PO box up and running. Now, let me just preface that with I never ever beg for, plead for, demand, require, request any happy mail ever. That is not something any of you have to do ever. It's just quite a few of you are such beautiful, kind, generous souls that you do want to send gifts to podcasters. You do want an address to send it to. And now that I am over the 2K mark of subscriber numbers, I am getting less comfortable with giving out my home address because, of course, it is the address where my children live. You know, I've got to think about safety and security and things like that. So I decided the time was right to get a PO box. And I also had the means to be able to do that because they are ridiculously expensive, guys. For just 12 months, it cost me over £300, which is well over $300 for a year. So they are super pricey. But like I said, I did have the means and the funds to do that. It does mean that I've got an address that I can put openly in every description box of my videos, which hopefully that is the case. Since it was all sorted and set up properly. So yes, for those of you that were inquiring, I do have that PO box address in all the description boxes of my videos, should you need it. But like I said, I never ever ask for or demand happy mail ever. It's just a happy, beautiful extra bonus that people decide to bless me with, and it is massively appreciated, and I'm so super thankful every time. But I will be absolutely okay if I don't get anything as well. It's no biggie. Just you watching my videos, liking my videos, leaving me a comment from time to time, sharing me out occasionally, all the things that are free that YouTube provide for you to support, they are more than enough for me, guys. They really are. So don't feel pressured or feel like because I'm mentioning it, I'm expecting stuff, because I'm really, really not. It is absolutely fine. It's just an option for those that have wanted the option to do that. So I'm so sorry if you can hear snoring in the background. Mike has fallen asleep on the sofa. Bear with me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back, guys. Many apologies. Anyway, so what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh, those of you that have asked for me to get a PO box, that is finally sorted, but I'm not saying it to get stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is another update and sort of an announcement to make. What are my plans? So obviously this is the weekend that's already been and gone for you guys by the time you're watching this, but I am going out tonight. I know, shocker, right? But I am meeting up with some previous colleagues that I had from when I worked in the prison. We met up just before Christmas, some of you might recall, and we're meeting up tonight, which is Saturday when I'm filming, not the Tuesday that you're watching. But we are meeting up in the same place at the same time to do the same thing, but basically just to catch up with each other and find out what's been going on for us all and how life's treating us. And I think it's really lovely that a few of us are still keeping in contact with each other and making the effort to meet up from time to time. I did make some really good friends when I was working there, so to meet up occasionally is brilliant. And the fact that we've kind of got into a rhythm of doing it sort of every couple of months is great, because then again, it's not, you know, something that becomes an expense that you can't afford, or a pressure of keeping a specific date every month or anything like that. It's just every couple of months, really chill. We have a bite to eat, we have a couple of drinks. Some of us alcoholic beverages, some of us not, you know, adult alcoholic beverages. The majority of us have to drive to the place that we're meeting up. In fact, all of us have to. No, one doesn't. So I won't be indulging in adult beverages this evening, and also with how tired I am, I don't think it's a very good idea anyway. But I will be having a bite to eat, treating myself to a meal out with them all, and having some non-alcoholic drinks and chatter and a good old catch up. So I will let you know at some point when I get a chance to how that evening went. I'm sure it's going to be a blast, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy myself. And I don't go out too often, so it will be a nice change to get a change of scenery and be with people that I don't see every day like I used to. So yeah, that'll be super cool. And then tomorrow, Sunday, it is the Sunday that we're due to go round to my parents for Sunday lunch, where I get to see my cutesy little nephews and have some quality time with them. It only happens once a fortnight, so I am really looking forward to seeing them and spending time with them, getting lots of cuddles, and have lots of fun. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, all in all, a nice weekend. I mean, Saturdays are taken up with me batch recording for the week ahead. So Saturday I don't really count as part of my weekend. I only really count my Sundays as part of my weekend. But seeing as I'm going out with friends and I'm having dinner out as well, I think I can count Saturday night. So I'm having slightly more of a weekend this time around. Yeah, so hopefully it will be a really lovely weekend, and then obviously another full working week ahead. So yeah, we shall see, guys. We shall see. Let me know, what have you guys been up to lately? Anything fun? Any adventures? Met any new friends? Bought any new yarn? Got any FOs lately? What are you working on? how's the weather where you are, because I know some people have had snow and ice storms. It's crazy out there. It really is. And like I said, most of you guys watching are from the US. So I know depending on what state you're in, your weather can be completely different to other people in different states. Here it has been mostly rain. We have had a couple of really cold snaps where we have had icy mornings and had to defrost the car and stuff. But mostly it's been rain and chilly. We did have, localized flooding for a little while there, but nothing that we can't handle. Oh, I did have to take my car into the garage though, because I had to drive through all of that flood water and stuff. My back brakes seized, so I needed new brake pads and stuff. So that did have to happen this past week as well. I was able to put it in the garage and borrow my dad's car for the day, so I didn't have to take any time off work or anything. And yeah, 200 plus quid later, my car's fixed. But that's good because, like I said, I wasn't expecting to have to go 2.5 hours away this week, and I do. So I'm glad I did act on it quickly and get it sorted quickly, because I would not have wanted to have driven with my car in that state, especially that distance. And at the end of the month, I have got to go away to this place, but stay overnight. I'm actually going for 3 days and staying away for 2 nights. So I needed to get my car in tip-top condition before all of that traveling and stuff. So I'm glad I did it. My bank balance, not so much. But you can't put a price on having a safe vehicle. So yeah, the flood waters, did me in a little bit, but never mind. These things happen. There was no accident. We weren't in any danger, and it was fixed and sorted quickly. So that is the main thing. Right, I am fast approaching finishing this square, which I didn't think I would be able to do. So that is awesome. But there is one more thing I have to do on this video. Now, some of you who have been here a while know exactly what's coming up. Those of you that are new, I started last year doing a monthly pattern giveaway. And rather than announcing it publicly and letting everyone know that I was doing a giveaway, I've been hiding them in my videos. And it can be any video at any point in the month. But you have to get to the end of a video in order to participate. Now, you do have to have a Ravelry account, guys. If you don't have one, they're super simple and easy to set up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. And Ravelry is an amazing source of patterns and info and lots of crochet goodness. So I do highly recommend. By doing pattern giveaways, it means that I don't get huge shipping costs to physically send items out. It's all done digitally, electronically, and if you do win, you can have either one or as many patterns as you can that don't go over 10 Great British pounds. So you'll have to do the conversion into your money on the day that you know that you've won. And then basically, if your name is chosen and you're the winner, you go over to Ravelry, you get the pattern links to the patterns that you want. I gift them to you. So I never actually see the patterns. So I don't take an illegal copy for myself. I buy one pattern, I gift it to you. The designer of the pattern gets 100% of the money, and I am not taking an illegal second copy because it is literally my money that pays for it, but it's wrapped up in a gift to you, to your account. So that's the way I do my pattern giveaways, and I do them once a month. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to put a keyword in a comment. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a pattern or patterns up to the value of 10 Great British pounds, I am not sponsored or affiliated. YouTube is not involved in any way. You do have to be 18 years or older, and all of the other terms, conditions, and rules and regulations that are put out for YouTube should be followed. But yeah, somewhere in your comment, please put the word. I'll just show you that I finished the square. They need blocking. Don't judge me that it's all wonky and ruffly and whatever, but I did do a whole square with you. So there we are. There's another one towards the blankets. Yay! If you want to be in with a chance of winning the patterns, then in your comment, please put the word... what word could it be? Put flood. I drove through flood water and I had to fix my car, so put the word flood. Don't make out that it's a giveaway. Don't put the word giveaway or thank you for the chance or anything like that in your comment. I will have to delete it and you won't count as an entry because I don't want to encourage the spammers, scammers and trolls. I do want a loyal and regular subscriber to be a winner if at all possible, which is why I do them hidden. So yeah, put the word flood in your comment. I will put your name on a numbered list, and then when I come back to draw the winner, which will be in a video again, I will ask the person that lives in my phone to pick a random number between the first number and the last, and whatever number is called, they are the person that wins. That's how I do it here, if you are not familiar. So there is nothing left for me to say in this video, I don't think. I think I've caught you up pretty good. Thanks again, Jen, for the challenge. I will be looking into doing that pretty soon. Don't forget the PO box is now set up. Details are in the description box. And come back tomorrow for a book look. We're going to be looking through one of my crochet pattern books together. So if that, is something you're interested in, come back for that. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.